let's talk a little bit about the Godfather movie.
Well, that's an interesting story. Um, when they were making the first Godfather movie, they needed era cars from the 30s and the 40s.
Right.
And a friend of mine, Chuck Hanna, from Paterson, New Jersey, Chuck was contacted by the Paramount Studios saying that they heard he knew where we could assemble some of these 30s and 40s cars. And Chuck did. So he called me. I had 3 of them that were acceptable for the movie. And my daughters became the chauffeurs.
Oh my gosh.
And they would drive to the site where they were going to shoot that day. They paid them $125 a day
Per car?
per car.
Right.
Plus they fed them. I mean, it was quite an experience. So the one day that I went out while they were doing the shooting was at Roosevelt Field in Long Island. And it was the day that Sonny,
The famous,
was,
the toll booth scene?
yeah,
Wow.
where he was shot.
Right. And you were there. You were there for that.
I was
that day's
there.
shooting. Oh my gosh.
Well, it turns out Francis Ford Coppola is on this 10-foot ladder.
Right.
And the scene starts out where they bring a fully restored Lincoln Continental car up to the toll booth.
Right.
They take pictures so that they got everything in the right place, and then they back that car out and bring in the Bullitt car.
Right.
The Bullitt car was an identical car that they had actually shot from a Thompson submachine gun,
Right.
holes in this car. Then they would put an explosive charge in the hole and put a black tape over it, and then they painted the car again black.
Oh wow.
So you couldn't tell that,
Right.
But what they had to do is when they pulled the restored car out and the Bullitt car in, they had to make sure that people were in the exact spots.
Right.
And they would take Polaroids. Well, Coppola's up on this 10-foot ladder, and he drops the Polaroid and breaks it.
Oh my gosh.
And he's yelling, "Who's got a Polaroid? Nobody's got a Polaroid." I said, "I got one." He said, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm one of your driver's fathers who come out because I love cars." He says, "You have a Polaroid?" I said, "Yeah, I got the latest one, the new one." He said, "Could we borrow it? Can I buy it?" I said, "No, but you can use it if I become the photographer." He says, "Bring it forth." I sat on the about the 8-foot level, and here's Coppola right above me, and he says, "Do you mind?" He puts his legs around my neck so he doesn't fall.
Oh my gosh.
And they pull the Bullitt car in, and he takes the pictures.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I took the pictures. I said to him, "You tell me what you want."
Right.
And then they shoot the scene, which is awesome, the way it's done.
Oh yeah.
They have wires coming out of the Bullitt car that lead to each one of the charges, the bullet holes.
Right.
And they have a man behind the booth. He's got like a big disc, and it's got all the contacts on it. The contacts are set in sequence for the shots to go off. Well, anyway, they shoot Sonny. He falls out of the car. He goes on the ground, and there's blood all over. They use, I was told, a monkey blood They put it in a capsule
Right.
behind a leather shield
Right.
and sew it into his coat.
Right.
And they do the same thing with the shield. Da, 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 da. So I have pictures of him falling out of the car,
Oh my gosh.
and then they throw Sonny's jacket away. Well, being the scavenger that I am,
Right.
I picked the jacket up and threw it in the trunk of my car.
Right.
And about a half hour later, Coppola's running around. Where is that jacket? Where's Sonny's? Who's seen the jacket?
Right.
I said, Francis, I said, I have it. I put it in my car. I thought you were throwing it out. Oh, he says, my God, no, we need that in case there's a reshoot or this or that.
Right.
So I gave him back.
Right. You almost got it.
Oh, I almost had it.
Oh man, that's great.
But I still have pictures. I have pictures of the people, Clemenza, who was, I forget the little guy, I forget his name.
Yeah.
And I've got pictures, I've got license plates from the cars because they had to make up movie plates.
Oh yeah.
And pictures of some of my cars and everything, and I
That's
was there for the whole
fantastic.
scene.
Oh my gosh. Now, were any of your cars used in that scene?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
one of my Cadillacs and a taxi cab I had.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it was fun.
That's incredible.
And my kids got to go to a mansion on Long Island Sound where, if you remember in the movie, they had a horse head.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of the scenes my daughters, two daughters that drove cars, were in. Not actually, but they saw them filming it.
Right.
And they brought a horse's head up. It was a fake. Coppola says, no, it doesn't look real. 2 hours later, there's a real horse head
Oh my lord.
in the bed. They sent out to a glue factory or something.
Right.
And this thing, he had a gallon of blood. And she says, you could hear this guy scream,
Yeah.
you know, when he finds the horse's head in bed with him.
Oh my lord. That's incredible.
Yeah,
You've done
I mean-
done some great things.
yep. And it's all still here, thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Well, let's wrap it up for today
Okay.
with maybe one final piece of advice. If you had a young collector, and who cares what they're collecting, right? Because it really
Right.
doesn't matter. A collector's a collector.
Yeah.
If they were to ask you some advice for a young collector, what would you tell a young collector today?
Go out and make lots of money.
Yeah, well,
And then you can buy some memorabilia.
right.
Don't think you're going to make money when you sell it.
So have a job.
Yeah.
Have a job first.
Yeah. Don't let your hobby take your life.
Exactly. I agree.
It
Too-
did
too-
mine.
Yeah, well, I think too many young collectors think they're all going to be rich immediately.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
And they're collecting for the wrong reason.
right. So what is the right reason?
The right reason is to find the great things and put them in an orbit of collection. These are things that I collect, and they're beautiful, and whatever you want to say about them, but collect them and buy them for that reason.
Yeah. Hunt what you love.
Yeah.
Hunt what you love.
I don't buy things I don't like.
Yeah, me neither. I don't
So-
either. Great advice.
Yep.
Charlie, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
You're one of my best buddies in the collecting world.
Thank you, sir.
We've done
You
some
too.
great deals together. We're still buying and selling off each other.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think it's going to end anytime soon.
I hope not.
No, absolutely not. And I appreciate your time, and I think we're going to do this again because we touched on the Vanderbilt Cup, Doolittle, the Concorde, the Godfather movies.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think there's plenty more to come.
Yeah, there's a few more stories out there.
The next one we can talk about the Evel Knievel video.
Oh, golly, yeah. Evel Knievel.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That was the first series with Charlie Shalebaum. My first time sitting down with anybody like this and talking, and it was a great pleasure, buddy.
It's an honor to do it.
Thank you. Thanks, buddy.
Right. Okay, Chuck.